Hey, what's up, everybody? I know it's been a little while since I've done a video because I've just been busy all week. I've had to study for a lot of school stuff this week. I had to type up a two-page essay that was due yesterday, and then I had to study for my exam that was on Tuesday. So I just pretty much been extremely busy, and I just really hadn't had much chance to do a video. So I know I'm behind on a lot of things. So I'm gonna start catching up within these next few days. I don't have a lot of homework to do, so luckily I can sit down and really watch this stuff and review this stuff, which I'm happy about because I'm behind on stuff here and on my own Talkinator channel, which you guys should check out. So I'm gonna sit down and review all this stuff. But I'm gonna start with Super Showdown that took place this past Saturday. Um, and I didn't watch the show live. I'll tell you guys what happened. Pretty much what happened was I was just gonna stay up. I was just gonna stay up all night and just watch the show from 5 a.m. until whenever it was gonna be over. Um, but what happened is I tapped out at 3:30. What happened is I was up the whole night. I was doing videos and stuff, and then it got to be around 3:30, and I got really tired, so I went to bed. And then when I woke up, I set an alarm so I could get up for Super Showdown. But I just had like a huge headache because I had been looking at my screen, watching TV shows, and look doing videos, and there was just no way I was going to enjoy the show. So I ended up going to bed, and I got up and I watched it. I didn't watch it later on in the night, but I watched it the next day at like noon, and then I finished it at like around 4:30. I thought it was going to be 5 hours, but it ended up only being 4. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I didn't get to watch it live, but I just don't think I was going to really have much enjoyment out of it if I watched it live because I was just really tired and had a huge headache. And then I had to go to my dad's later on in the day, and I just would have been too tired to do that. So I think it ended up working out in the end. And then I was gonna do the review when I got home, but I just been way too busy studying and stuff like that. Every time I wanted to do the video, I really couldn't. So yeah, and that's why I haven't really like watched Raw or SmackDown yet. I kind of want to do my review, um, based on you know, I want to do my review before I see any of that stuff because I feel like it will affect it. So I just want to get right into this. So we had Super Showdown. Um, and I'm just gonna talk about it, and then I'll give my overall thoughts on the show at the end of the video. So we had the commentary team of Corey Graves, Michael Cohen, Renee Young. I thought it was interesting. They only had the Raw commentary team out there, so I thought that was pretty interesting. We had the first match on the show. It was the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. SmackDown Tag Team Champions Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods with Big E inside versus the Ball. I like the way that the Ball just ran right into the ring when they were making their entrance. I thought that was pretty funny. And I actually thought this was a good way to kick off the show. I thought it was a good opening tag team match. The New Day, Woods and Kingston get the upper hand by hitting a lot of quick double team offense on the Ball. But then eventually Xavier Woods goes to dive on the Ball, but they catch him. And then Kofi Kingston tries to do the same thing, but then Sheamus or Cesaro, I forget which one it was, catch Kofi, and they throw them into the barricade, into the post. And then the Ball get the heat on Kofi Kingston for a while. They hit an uppercut on him, a gut wrench suplex, and I thought they were hitting some really nice double team moves on Kofi. I think Xavier Woods gets the hot tag on Sheamus, and I thought Xavier Woods was hitting some nice moves on Sheamus. And then the match spills into chaos, and the New Day win with the I forget the name of it, but the backbreaker double stomp combo on Cesaro for the win. But overall, I thought this match was a good opening tag team match here. And if I had to rate the match, I would give it 3 stars. And I think the New Day winning was obviously what made sense, considering the fact that they just won the titles not that long ago. Where did the New Day go from here? I really don't know. They pretty much faced every team there is to face, just in WWE in general. So maybe they'll do some sort of multi-man tag team match at some point. So that's what I would imagine. Then we had the next match. It was a SmackDown Women's Championship match. SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. At this point, you start to realize that not everyone's going to get a full entrance due to the fact that Charlotte Flair comes out and Becky Lynch came out and completely cut off her entrance. So I think because the stadium was so big, they didn't really have like a lot of big entrances. I thought this was a pretty good match here. I thought Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair worked a really well match. It was a little sloppy in the beginning, but I thought it was a pretty good match here. And then Charlotte Flair's on the verge of winning, so Becky Lynch is just going to take off, but Charlotte Flair puts her in the ring, spears Becky, gets her in the figure eight, and Becky Lynch had grabbed the SmackDown Women's title, and she had it in the ring, and then she hit Charlotte Flair right across the ribs with it. So Charlotte Flair ended up winning via DQ, and Becky Lynch keeps the title since titles can't change hands off a count or a DQ. I was fine with this because this continues the feud. You really couldn't have any of them lose because you have to keep this feud going. So I was fine with this. And then afterwards, Charlotte Flair goes to beat up Becky Lynch, and then Becky Lynch just beats the shit out of Charlotte Flair. I still kind of like this though because Becky Lynch is a heel, and really she shouldn't be a heel. So whatever. But I thought this was fine. If I had to rate this match, I'd give it 3.25. And then we had Elias and Kevin Owens versus John Cena and Bobby Lashley. Elias and Kevin Owens cut the little promo together. I thought it was pretty good, but obviously the one on Raw, not this week, but last week was a lot better. And then they get cut off by Bobby Lashley, and John Cena makes his big return. And obviously his hairdo was really weird. He looked like either, you could really make it pick, he either looked like Mark Wahlberg or JBL. I would probably more say Mark Wahlberg, but I can see the JBL comparison. And this essentially was a house show match. It was pretty by the numbers. Owens and Elias got the heat on Bobby Lashley, and then Cena got the hot tag in on Elias, hits his 5 moves of doom, and he hits the AA, and now he introduces his 6th move of doom, which I forget the name of it, but it's pretty much like some sort of Japanese, Chinese elbow that he's been mastering. And he beats Elias and gets the win. And then afterwards, he cuts a promo saying that, he doesn't really know what his future is, but WWE is always going to be his home, and he thanks everybody for coming in, for letting them come. I hated this. I didn't like any of this. This was really just a house show match on TV. That's why I didn't like it, and it just was very by the numbers and bad. This did no favors for Kevin Owens and Elias. Probably not going to hurt them that they lost, though, because this will never get brought up again, but it just didn't really do what it did. I feel like more could have been done. And obviously, this was John Cena coming in and leaving. And his promos obviously filled with lies because I would imagine John Cena pretty much knows that he's going to be at Crown Jewel. And then he's probably going to be at, a full-timer around Mania time. We'll see him a lot more. And then he'll be gone by Mania. And then we won't know. But he pretty much knows kind of what his future is. I mean, it's just really stupid. And I just thought this match was really stupid. It was just, ugh. I hated this match. And it was just a waste of time. I get they couldn't have Cena take any bumps because he is filming a movie. But still. It just really doesn't feel like Cena gives a shit anymore. And it's just, I don't know, I just don't really see the point. This was all pointless, and I didn't like any of this. Then we had the Iconics versus the Empress and the Glow. The Iconics cut a babyface promo on Australia, which I thought was kind of surprising. I thought they were going to do some sort of heelish promo, but that didn't happen. And we had the match, and the crowd really didn't react much to this match. The only time they really reacted was when the Iconics came out, but when the match itself came down, they were pretty dead for this match, which I was pretty surprised about. And I don't really blame them, though, because this was pretty much a nothing match. Then the Iconics ended up winning when they hit the Bulldog into the knee to the face combo on Naomi for the win. I thought it made sense for the Iconics to win, and I thought that was fine. But other than that, I didn't really think anything else was really all that special. And the Iconics did get a big part when they won, but this match just had nothing to it. And I don't blame the crowd. Then we had the no count out, no disqualification, there must be a winner match for the WWE Championship. WWE Champion AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I thought this was the match of the night. or the best match on the show, however you want to say it. It was a great match. Samoa Joe's coming down to the ring, and AJ Styles cuts him off, and they don't even start the match. AJ Styles and Joe just get into a huge brawl. He throws Joe into the steps, and AJ Styles pretty much beats the crap out of Samoa Joe in the beginning, but then eventually Samoa Joe gets the advantage on AJ Styles, and he throws him into the steps, throws him into the barricade, he chop blocks him, and pretty much Samoa Joe just works over AJ Styles. AJ Styles does the best he can to make his comeback. Samoa Joe starts to get pissed off, and he grabs a chair, and AJ Styles Pele kicks it into his face, and AJ Styles levels away on Samoa Joe with the chair, and then they went on a table. Joe went to Muscle Buster. He actually had a really cool like sidewalk slam, Muscle Buster type of thing on Styles, which I thought was cool. And then AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe went to Muscle Buster. AJ Styles through a table, but AJ Styles counted into an electric chair through the table, which I thought was really cool. And then Samoa Joe says that he felt his leg pop, so AJ Styles started to target the leg of Samoa Joe and really just work on the leg. He had a springboard 450 splash right across his leg, but Samoa Joe would get the advantage, hit the Uranagi. He would hit the they redid the finish. They did it Hell in a Cell when Samoa Joe got him in the corky and clutch, and Styles rolled him over, but this time Joe kicked out, and AJ Styles hit a phenomenal forearm from the barricade onto Joe, and then Joe got him in the Coquina clutch again, but Styles counted into the calf crusher, and Samoa Joe tapped out. AJ Styles won and retained the WWE title. I actually really liked this match. I thought it was a great match. I was kind of questioning why they had Samoa Joe tap out, but I don't really have much of an issue with it, considering the fact that his leg was worked on the entire match. I actually thought it made sense, and I thought both guys kind of came out of it really nice. So I thought this was the best match of the show. If I had to rate this match, I'll give it 4 stars. I thought it was great. And then you had the Wyatt Squad versus Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins. They did tease that Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella are going to have some sort of match at Evolution because they couldn't decide out of the two of them which one was going to start off the match. But it was pretty much a house show match. The best part of this match, well, actually, there was 2 best things. One was Liv Morgan, because I just thought she was awesome in this match. I thought the way she was acting was really awesome. Brie Bella grabbed at the ton of Liv Morgan. Not going to lie, I didn't really pay attention to this match because I actually thought it was Brie that was getting the heat, but then when I found out it was Nikki, I'm like, wow, I got to stop paying attention. But Ronda Rousey gets the hot tag, and she wins with a double armbar on Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, which I thought was a nice finish. And then Ronda and the Bellas win. I was surprised they didn't do a heel turn with the Bellas, but maybe they're going to do that on Raw. Or maybe they already have, but I just haven't seen it yet. But I'm fine with, I'm fine with this. I thought this was fine. If I had to rate this match, I'll give it 2 1/4. The quarter is for the double armbar. I thought this match was perfectly placed on the card, though, considering the fact that it followed the WWE title match. So I thought that was fine. Then we had the next match. It was a Cruiserweight Championship match. Cruiserweight Champion Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy. I thought this was a hell of a match here. I was pretty surprised about this match. I expected it to deliver, but because it was kind of on the main show, I thought that it was, I thought that it was, I thought that it really delivered. I think the match they had on 205 Live a few months ago was a little bit better, but this match was still really good. Buddy Murphy started out really on fire in this match. I actually thought this was going to end up being a squash match. He hits a meteor from the turnbuckle, a flip dive on the outside. He just really went to town on Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander made his comeback, hit a neuralizer. He hit a Michinoku driver from the second turnbuckle on Buddy Murphy. He ended up hitting the lumbar check, and Buddy Murphy kicked out. And then Buddy Murphy gets the win with the Murphy's Law and becomes the new Cruiserweight Champion. I was pretty surprised about this because Cedric Alexander was very close to becoming the longest reigning champion. I figured they would keep the title on him. But I'm alright with Buddy Murphy being the new champion. They built him up really well. He's beating the top names in the 205 Live roster. And it was just the perfect moment to do it. I thought it was great. He came off like a huge superstar here. And I thought it was fantastic. I thought this match was really good. I'm going to give it 3 3/4. And if you had to ask, and if you ask me, um, if the cruiserweight matches were more like this, we wouldn't need 205 Live every week. So I like that. So overall, really good match here. Then we had the next match. It was the Shield versus the Dogs of War. Another really good match here. I think this match went a little bit too long, but I thought it was really good. The Shield and the Dogs of War immediately just start brawling with each other, and the Shield go to put Braun Strowman. They go to triple powerbomb him through the table, but Ziggler and McIntyre come in and fight off the Shield, and then the Dogs of War get the heat on Seth Rollins for a while. Then eventually Dean Ambrose gets the hot tag on to, I think it was Dolph Ziggler or Dean Ambrose. I don't really remember who it was. And then he gets the heat on him. And then Roman Reigns gets the hot tag on Ziggler or McIntyre. Forget which one. And then the match spills into chaos. Roman Reigns accidentally hits Dean Ambrose with the Superman punch. And they do a spot where the Dogs of War surround the win. And I forgot to mention, too, the Shield came out with their masks from WrestleMania 30 on this show, which I thought was a nice touch. But yeah, the Dogs of War surround the Shield, well, at least Reigns and Rollins, and Dean Ambrose joins up with them, acting like he's going to join up with Dogs of War. But it doesn't happen. He ends up sticking by the Shield, and they end up all fighting off the Dogs of War. And then the match spills into chaos. Ziggler hits a zigzag on Ambrose. Ambrose kicks out. The Shield go for a triple powerbomb on Ziggler, and Strowman takes out the Shield with a spear, like all three guys. And he goes to take out Dean Ambrose and spear him through the barricade, but Reigns spears Strowman through the barricade. And then Ziggler and McIntyre go for the zigzag Claymore kick combination on Ambrose, but Rollins runs in and hits a super kick on McIntyre, and Ziggler throws Rollins out of the ring, and then Ambrose lays out Ziggler with the dirty deeds and gets the win, and Ambrose wins the match. And the Shield win, and yeah, I really like this match. I think this match could have been a little shorter, but I still really like this match. I like the story. I'll give it 3.5 stars. Then we had the next match. It was a WWE Championship #1 contenders match. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. This match was really disappointing. The Miz goes to cut a promo. He gets cut off by Bryan. They wrestle for a few minutes. Bryan hits, the running knee on Bryan, mocking his move, but Bryan kicks out. And then the finish is that Bryan beats Miz with a roll-up, and that's it, pretty much. Daniel Bryan wins, and Miz loses. And this was all in the span of 2 minutes. Maybe even a little longer than that. But it was very disappointing. I think the time was cut. I don't know why they did this, but I didn't like this at all. I thought it was very disappointing. And it was really disappointing because this was supposed to be essentially the blow-off of this feud. And this was to fight for a WWE title opportunity. And it was just really stupid. And Daniel Bryan, I'm excited to see Bryan versus Styles at Crown Jewel, but we just should have had a better match. If their time had to get cut, they should have cut the 6-man tag, or completely gotten rid of the Kevin Owens Elias tag match, or cut the main event, because the main event was like 30 minutes. I didn't like this at all. I'll give this match like 2 stars. It was really stupid. And then you had the main event. It was Undertaker with Kane ringside versus Triple H with Shawn Michaels ringside. And we find out that this match is now no disqualifications and no countouts, which I thought made sense. As Triple H is the COO, he could change the match at the last minute. And a lot of people give this match a mixed reaction. Some people really like it. Some people really hate it. Some people are just mixed on it. I really like this match. I thought it was a nice old school Attitude Era match. And yeah, it was sloppy in some places. You could tell that Undertaker and Triple H's age kind of caught up to him. And there was some stuff I didn't like about it, but I really enjoyed this match. But it's probably not the best match they've ever had. But, there was things in it I liked, but there was things in it I also didn't like. Like, I didn't like that Undertaker, brawled with Triple H in the crowd, but didn't really do anything. He just brought him out there just to bring him right back. That didn't really make any sense. And the backdrop into the guardrail spot on the outside was kind of sloppy, but I don't really think that was anybody's fault. It just, that stuff happens sometimes. And then Undertaker chokes Triple H with the cord. What really didn't make any sense about this match, though, was Kane served no purpose in this match. Shawn Michaels was interfering the whole time, but Kane really just kind of stood there. He would do stuff, but he would just get laid out time in and time out. It was kind of like Kane just got beaten the shit out of. Triple H had an elbow drop on the Kane through a table. But you know, there was stuff like that. But I still really liked this match. I thought this match was really good. And it was a nice nostalgia match. But I really liked this match. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch. And after Triple H was kicked out of the tombstones, choke slams, and gotten out of the Hell's Gate and got out of by choking him with a slug chamber, I kind of liked how they tied into the WrestleMania 27 finish a little bit. And Triple H would hit the spine buster pedigree on The Undertaker. But eventually, Shawn Michaels hits 2 sweet chin musics on The Undertaker, and Triple H hits the pedigree on him for the win. And Triple H wins, which I think makes sense that Shawn cost him the match. I mean, I want to Taker to win because I'm a Taker guy. And afterwards, the Brothers of Destruction and DX raise their hands in victory. And they act like the show's going to go off the air. Pyro goes off, which was nice to see Pyro again. And then the Brothers of Destruction attack DX. I believe Undertaker chokeslammed Triple H, and then he chokeslammed Shawn Michaels through a table, which I believe at that point the hat finally came off, because that was kind of like the running joke, was that Shawn Michaels' hat kept staying on no matter how many bumps he took. And now it's official, pretty much. We're going to get the Brothers of Destruction versus DX at Crown Jewel, and Shawn Michaels is going to have his big comeback, which I'm pretty excited about. I really wanted to see, I didn't really want to see Shawn Michaels come back, because that makes the retirement stipulation really pointless now, but it is what it is. But that was Super Showdown. I really liked this match. I thought it was really good, but I can't understand people's criticism sort of, because I get the same criticism. But I just really liked this match. I thought it was really good. And Triple H, though, knows how to book himself when he's running the show. If he's wrestling, he gets the main event, he gets to go over, and he gets the 30 minutes. So yeah, I think that's really awesome. But yeah, overall, this show, I thought this show was actually a really good show. I really enjoyed this show. I was kind, it, I was, yeah, I really enjoyed this show. I liked the opening match. And a lot of people asked if this was a house show on the WWE Network. I would say no. There was some house show elements on it, like the Daniel Bryan, like the John Cena match, the Iconics match, and you could make the argument maybe the New Day match was a house show match, depending on who you talk to, and definitely the 6-woman tag probably was, and maybe the SmackDown Women's title match. But I don't really know. I really thought the SmackDown Tag Team title match was a match you would see on like a Raw or a SmackDown. The WWE title match was a match you would have seen on a pay-per-view. The Cruiserweight match I thought was really good. I really enjoyed the Shield versus the Dogs of War, and I also enjoyed Undertaker Triple H. So there was elements that were on that you would have seen on a pay-per-view too. So I would say this show overall was a success. I hear that it did. They said it did 70,000 people, but I heard it was actually 62,000. But they still met the limit they wanted to meet. But I really enjoyed this show. I thought overall it felt like it was a big deal. I felt like it was. This was a pay-per-view quality show. So if I had to rate this show, I'm going to give it just a solid B. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed the SmackDown Tag Team title match. The SmackDown Women's title match I thought was pretty good. I liked the WWE title match, the Cruiserweight title match, the 6-man tag team match. I even liked Ronda Rousey's match. I thought that was pretty good. And I really liked the main event. This show was very close to being a B+. It would have been a B+ if Daniel Bryan and Miz had a really awesome match. It really would have been close. But I really enjoyed this show. I thought it was really good. So I'll give it a B. Solid B. Which is still a really good show, at least the way I grade things. But that's pretty much my review of Super Showdown. I hope you guys enjoyed this show as well. And that's pretty much my thoughts on this show. And I'm just gonna now pretty much be getting as many videos up as I can. I have a lot of videos to do, so I want to just get started with that. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell. So that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. Make sure you guys check out the CM Brothers, which will contain the Wrestling Rundown, and the Owen the Talkinator channel, which I'm going to be catching up on my Fear the Walking Dead and Halloween movie review series. So make sure you check all that stuff out. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.